Hi everyone, we're looking into Venn diagram today. So Venn diagram basically is it's a diagram that helps you to distinguish overlap items. So it doesn't really do that. It doesn't really do anything if we looking at mutually exclusive events because they have no element in common. But it works with known mutually exclusive events. So we know what is what, and kind of help us to find probability. That's why we do Venn diagram. Okay, so a survey conducted of 50 people asking who like coffee and who like tea. So and then if we find 20 of them like both and 15 of them like coffee and 10 of them like tea but not coffee. Now let's look into that part. So first thing first, this rectangle represents all the 50 people. Okay, that's a total of 50. Now one of the circle I use coffee, and the other one I use tea. Okay, now 20 people like both, so we have 20 people overlapped. Those 20 people like both coffee and tea. Now 15 people like coffee but not tea. Okay, so 15 here, coffee but not tea. So it doesn't include in the 20 people there because those 20 people like both. Okay, 10 people like tea but not coffee. So 10 people like tea but not coffee. Well, wait a minute. If we add these three numbers together, that's 30, 45. So there must be some people don't like any of those, which we put on the outside. Okay. So once we have a Venn diagram, it's really easy to read all this. Okay. So how many people like neither tea or coffee? Well, we already worked it out. So there's 5 people doesn't like either of them. Okay. Now B, represent using Venn diagram, already done. See how many people survey like tea. Now this is the thing, like tea, not the one like tea but not coffee. So we need to add both of these together here. So this circle here represent the people liking tea. So we actually have 30 people that like tea. So we have 30 people. Okay. Now how many people like both coffee and tea? Now this one we already established. Both coffee and tea will be the one in the middle, the one overlap, isn't it? So there will be 20 people. How many people like coffee or tea or both? Well, I want you guys to think about this. Is coffee or tea or both? So that means is all the people here, except those 5 people, those 5 either doesn't like either. So yeah, so there will be 45 people here. Okay. Okay. I hope this is easy concept. All right, so just to test your understanding, here's the question here. You can pause this video, do it first, and then we go through it together. Okay. Done. Okay, cool. So in class of 30, we got total of 30. Okay, so 16 have black hairs, 11 have brown eyes. Okay, so black hair and brown eye, BE. Okay. Now 16 have black hairs. Okay, so 16 of them have black hair. So this circle here going to be 16, isn't it? But we don't know how many overlap, so we don't know yet. So this is 16, so we're going to leave it there first. And then 11 have brown eyes. So 11 have brown eyes. So this circle here, the total is going to be brown eyes. To determine what's in the inside, what's on the outside, we need to see the overlaps. So which information is given because 7 people have both. Okay, so we know that 7 is overlap. So 7 is here. Okay, now black hairs. So we got 16 have black hairs, 7's overlap. So what's the differences? So we will work out that is 9 people only have black hairs but doesn't have black eyes. And if you add these two together, a total inside here still going to be 16, isn't it? So 16 black hairs. Okay, does it make sense? All right, now the next one, 11 have brown eyes. Well, we got 7 have both brown eyes and black hair, so those count already. So the difference between 11 and 7 is 4, yeah? So it's only 4 people would have brown eyes but not black hairs. Okay, now if you add these 3 together, you realize that is 11, 20, there's 20. So we have 30 in total, so that means 10 of them are on the outside. So is they don't have black hair or brown eyes. Okay, now let's go through those little questions down there. So first, how many students do not have black hairs? Well, this is a tricky part. So it will be everything minus everything inside, isn't it? So we got 30 in total minus 16. So that means that will be 30 minus 16. That should be 14 students. Or you can just count this number and this number. So these two plus together is 14. Okay. Do not have brown eyes, so do not have brown eyes, so that would be this number and this number. So that would be 19. Or you can do 30 minus 11. Yeah, so 11 people have brown eyes. It also means it's a complementary event, isn't it? So having brown eyes is 11. The complementary of it will be everyone else, isn't it? Will be 30 minus 11. Yeah, so that would be 19. Same thing. Have black hair or brown eyes or both. Okay, so we're adding everything together. So black hair, brown eyes or both. So we're adding those three together. So that would be 20, isn't it? 20 students. Okay, have black hair or brown eyes, but not both. Okay, so we're just counting these two. We're not counting the both, we're just counting these two. So that would be 13. Okay, have neither black or brown eyes. So not having black or brown eyes, so excluding the whole lot in the middle, so which is the 10 people here, 10 students on the outside. Okay, have black hair but not brown eyes. So black hair but not brown eyes, so not including the both. So the 9 people. I probably should just stop writing the students. Some of those, yeah, you do need to think about a little bit. Have brown eyes but not black hairs. So brown eyes but not black hairs, only this one, 4. Okay, I hope you got this one right. I know it's a little bit tricky, but yeah. Okay, now we don't stop here, obviously. Let's look into something a little bit harder. In this case, class has 30 students, so total. Okay, well, 3 groups is the same. You just, a little bit more work. So 5 students study Japanese. Okay, well, Japanese, we have 5. That's a total of 5. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. I erase it later because I just want to keep it. I just keep it in total. But there's a shortcut. What you can do is look for overlap first, because that is easier to identify, and you can put it in the Venn diagram straight away. Okay, so let's look at the overlap. So 2 study for both Japanese and French. So between J and F, so it's 2 here. Okay, and then 5 study French and German. So 5 study French and German. Okay, it's really interesting here because it didn't give you any information of studying both Japanese and German. But I guess they are mutually exclusive. Like no one study both. They could be really hard language to study for both. Anyway, so once we have the overlap, we knew it's a lot easier to work the rest. Okay, so 5 study for Japanese, so 2 overlap, so we got 3 left. Okay, 13 study French. Okay, 13 should be the middle circle, but then we have 7 already, so that means we got 5 in the middle. So 5 only study French. Okay, German, we got 9 people but 5 overlap already, so there's 4 only study German. Okay, now we have this Venn diagram here, but there's one more thing we haven't done. And you remember what? Yes, work out the one that didn't do any of those 3. So you add these 3 together, so 5, 10, 15, 19. So we got 19 from 30, so we got 11 left. 11 not doing any of those 3 languages. Okay, so yep, we got the first part done. Second, how many students do not study a language? Well, the one do not study language would be 11, isn't it? The one on the outside. do not study Japanese. Well, we got 5 people studying Japanese, so we got total minus 30 minus 5. That's probably the quickest way. You can count it, you can add the numbers together, but we can just do the complementary of studying Japanese, which is the total minus how many we have. So that will be what, 25? Okay, do not study French, the complementary of French. French are about 13, so 30 minus 13 will be 17. Okay. If you want to do it yourself first, you can pause this video and do it yourself first. Okay. Yeah, feel free to. Now, next one, do not study German. Just complementary of studying German, which is 30 minus 9, which is 21. Okay. Study Japanese or French or both. It's really important that all means adding the numbers together. So, Japanese, French, and both. So, it's important it is 3 number, because this number here still study French. Okay, don't forget that. So you got 5, 5, 5, so 15. Okay, Japanese or French, but not both. Okay, so that means this number and this 2 number. So that will be 13. Okay, because don't forget this guy studied French as well, but just not Japanese. Alright, study French or German or both. French, German, both. So it will be this 3 number. Okay, this 4 number. 10, 16. Okay, study French or German, but not both. So, but not both, that means we exclude this one. So that means 11. Okay, I just used this minus 11 because I just removed the both there. Anyway, study Japanese or German. Well, Japanese is this one, or German is this slot. So would be what, 5 plus 9, 14. Okay. Oopsie. Study Japanese and French and German. Like this one is really tricky because it's N. N needs to meet all 3 of criteria. There's none of those overlap between Japanese, French, or German, so it will be 0. So no one did all 3 language here. Okay. The next one, study Japanese only. Japanese only 3. French only 5. German only 4. Study exactly 1 language. Okay. Now, this is probably the trickiest one here. 1 language. So that means you either study Japanese or French or German, but not both or not 3. So just add those 3 numbers together. So a plus 4 is 12. That's 12 people. Study only 1 language. Okay. Study 2 languages. So this lot and this lot study 2 languages, isn't it? So one of them. So the 2 people study Japanese and French. The 5 people study French and German. So that would be 7. Okay. Study at least 1 language. Okay, well, this is interesting part. There's 2 ways to do it. At least 1 language. So that means they study exactly 1 language and 2 language. So you can do 12 plus 7. Okay, that will be 19, isn't it? There's another way to do it. At least 1 language. This is where complementary events is really really helpful. The opposite of study at least 1 language is studying no languages. So that means you can use the total minus studying no languages, which is 11. It's also 19. It's tricky, isn't it? Later on, when you're doing year 9, year 10, you're going to see a little bit more of that. But just to give you a head up, if you get this now, the wave to probability is just a lot easier for you. Okay. Right, next one. Study at most 1 language. So at most is 1 language, study 1 language, or not studying any language. So what we can do is, again, 2 ways. So we can we can add them together. So at least at most languages, study no languages, which is 11, okay, plus studying 1 languages, which is 12. So we got a total of 23, isn't it? Or another way around is, what's the opposite? What's the complementary of that? Study at most 1 language. So is the total minus those people studying 2 languages or 3 languages. Well, there's no one studying 3 languages, so it's someone studying 2 languages, which is 30 minus the people studying 2 languages is 7, which is 23. It's exactly the same. You just need to work on the language there. Okay, I hope this is all right for you. If you're okay, just move on to this. Now pause this video and do it yourself first. I give a diagram for you already. This part here is the one doing all 3. Okay, so those 3 people, they play all 3 of the sports, and that's what is really similar to before. Okay, done. Well, the first thing I would do is I would want to work out a total first. That's a little bit big, but let's work it out. So 21 plus 18, that will be 39. 42. Wait, what? Let me do a better way. 30. And then 40. Okay. 40, 61, 66. 66, 76, and 84. Okay, 84 plus 11, no, 84 plus 13, there's 90, 84 plus, there's 97 in total. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Okay, well, just in case I need to use this number. Okay, well, probably just add it. Anyway, so first, play volleyball. So play volleyball means everyone here playing volleyball. Wait, what? Oh, netball. So everyone here inside this circle is playing volleyball. So just add them all together. So 39, 42, 52, 56. So we got 56 people play all netball, soccer. Soccer is this circle, isn't it? So 18, 21, 31, 37, 37, 42. So you got 42 people. Okay. Now next one, hockey. So this bunch of people here. That is 10, 24, 29. Okay. Now next part, netball and soccer. Well, this is really interesting, isn't it? Netball and soccer. So this lot here. Okay, including those people who do all 3. So that will be 21. Okay. Netball and hockey. Netball, hockey. Maybe these 2 lot here. That will be 17. Soccer and hockey. Soccer, hockey. That's 8. Okay. Netball, soccer, and hockey. So all 3. So we only have 3 people. Netball or soccer or both. Now, netball or soccer or both. So we're adding all these numbers here. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. These 2 together is 30. 30. 51. 51, 54, 59, 69, 77. I think I'm doing it correctly. Okay. All right, that's it. We're not doing too much of those more than 2 circles, but we may going to see some of those as the harder questions. Okay. Well, that's it for today's lesson. Obviously, there were a few questions for you guys to do, but mostly you just need to find the numbers. I recommend just to draw a rough Venn diagram for all the questions here. It probably doesn't take that long. Once you've done the diagram, all the answers is really easy to answer. Okay, so 4 here, 3 here. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next lesson.